Good morning, my dear viewers. I welcome you my YouTube channel Untitled Maths, and today I am going to discuss about properties of definite integral. Okay, in the last class we discussed about the properties, and today with using these particular properties we are going to solve few questions. Okay, and then you get an idea that how you can apply these properties in solving the definite integral. Very useful particular chapter is okay for the board examination as well as entrance examination. Okay, so you see, first question I am consider today is integration what 0 to pi x sin x plus 1 plus cos square x. How you can get an idea that you are going to apply the properties here. Okay, in this particular integral if x will be missing, अगर x नहीं रहता तो क्या होता, x अगर रिमूव किया जाए तो इंटीग्रल क्या होगा. इस इंटीग्रल में देखिए, इफ यू टेक cos x इज इक्वल टू z, यू आर गेटिंग sin x dx. ओके, एंड फाइनली यू कैन डू इंटीग्रल वेरी इजीली. ओके, सिंस cos x is present, so it is very difficult to remove x. If you take cos x is equal to what z, then sin x dx will dz, and again x becomes cos x is equal to z ले लिया आपने. If cos x is equal to what z, if you suppose, then what will happen, x equal to what cos inverse z होगा, and again x will replace by what cos inverse z, and finally it becomes what cos inverse z by 1 plus z. It will be a complicated integral again. Okay, again a complicated integral. So to remove particular x, जो x है उसको remove करना है. if अगर हम x remove कर ले, suppose x is not there, what will happen, sin x ले लिया z, cos x ले लिया z, एंड cos x का डेरिवेटिव क्या है, sin x होगा माइनस sin x होगा. तो अल्टीमेटली ये आसान का इंटीग्रल हो जाएगी. सिंस x इज प्रेजेंट, सो दिस इज आवर डिफिकल्टीज. सो टू रिमूव x वी आर गोइंग टू यूज ए प्रॉपर्टी. You got a property, particular property, that is called integration 0 to a fx dx equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus dx when a is a positive quantity. So here x is replaced by what, a minus x, then this integral and that integral are what, same. In the last class I have proved it. So this is the most useful property. Maximum problem will be solved with this property. Okay, here I am going to utilize this property to solve this particular integral. Okay, we consider this integral as what, name as I. Always whenever you are going to use the property, you name the integral with suppose I. Okay, so I is this, understood. And when you can apply this particular property, आप कौन से इंटीग्रल में, पहला टारगेट है x रिमूव करना, और दूसरा चीज़ है क्यों ये प्रॉपर्टी आप यूज़ करेंगे, वाई नॉट अदर्स. ओके, वो एंड व्हेन यू कैन अप्लाई दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रॉपर्टी, ये प्रॉपर्टी आप कब यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, यू सी, इफ़ यू अप्लाई द प्रॉपर्टी, यू ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट इन सच टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम व्हेनेवर यू आर गोइंग टू अप्लाई दिस प्रॉपर्टी, कब कर सकते हैं, इफ़ आफ्टर अप्लाइंग द प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाई करने के बाद अगर डिनोमिनेटर क्या है, चेंज नहीं होगा. इफ डिनोमिनेटर इज़ नॉट चेंज, अगर डिनोमिनेटर चेंज नहीं होगा तो आप प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, देयर आर सम स्पेशल केसेस वेयर डिनोमिनेटर मे बी चेंज, वी कैन अप्लाई दिस प्रॉपर्टी ऑल्सो. बट मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम, 95% प्रॉब्लम, 98% प्रॉब्लम्स, here you see, if you apply the property, denominator never change. Here you see, if you apply the property here, क्या करेंगे, इसमें क्या है प्रॉपर्टी, x is replaced by what, upper limit minus x, upper limit minus x. Here upper limit is what, pi, so that x is, or that x denominator में आइए, this x is replaced, whatever जहाँ x है वहाँ में क्या होगा, ये प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाई होगा. x के जगह में क्या होगा, पाई माइनस x होगा. क्या होगा देखो, सो हियर यू सी दैट डिनोमिनेटर इज व्हाट, 1, ये है. इसको अगर x के जगह में पाई माइनस एक्स पुट करें तो क्या होगा, तो 1 प्लस cos पाई माइनस एक्स इज इक्वल टू व्हाट, माइनस cos x, क्वाड्रेंट रूल. cos pi minus x equal to minus cos x whole square is equal to what? Cos square x. So ultimately using the property यूज़ करने के बाद डिनोमिनेटर में कोई चेंज नहीं आया. अगर डिनोमिनेटर में कोई चेंज नहीं आता तो आप आसानी से विदाउट हेजिटेशन you can apply this particular property. Integration 0 to a fx dx is equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. How you can use? Only upper limit minus x. X is replaced by a minus x. Upper limit minus x. Understood? So here this property we are going to apply. This is your integral I, and then 0 to pi. This x wherever x, इसमें भी x है, इसमें भी x है. तीनों x में क्या करेंगे? a minus x. A means what? Pi. A minus x sin a minus x 1 plus cos square a minus x. A means what? Pi. Understood? Now you know sin pi minus x is equal to what? By quadrant rule, sin pi minus x is equal to what? Sin x. Sin pi minus x is equal to what? Sin x. Okay. Okay, thank you. Sin pi minus x is equal to what? Sin pi minus x is equal to what? Sin x. Similarly, cos pi minus x is equal to what? Minus cos x, and minus cos x whole square is equal to what? Cos square x. Cos pi minus x is equal to minus cos x आएगा, उसके ऊपर whole square है तो क्या हो जाएगा? Cos square x. So ultimately denominator becomes 1 plus cos square x. Numerator becomes pi minus x तो रहेगा pi minus x into sin x. Now original integral is named as what? I. If it is I, then this integral is also I. Okay, this integral is also I. Now what we are going to do? You see, we have written twice I equal to what? I plus I. That can be written, no problem. Okay, this is the technique to solve the problem. Okay, this I and this is I. This I is the original integral. Okay, we will replace this I by original integral. Okay, and this I is replaced by the integral after applying properties. Property apply करने के बाद जो I मिला है, ये I am name it is I. Okay, this is also I, this is I, this is I also. Okay, this particular integral is also I. After using the property, whatever be the integral you get, new integral, that integral is also I. So second integral is replaced by this one. Okay, both the integrals, this 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus cos square x, and it was what? 0 to pi minus x into sin x divided by what? 1 plus cos square x dx. Now both the integral have a same limit, so you can take integral common. इंटीग्रल को आप कॉमन ले सकते हैं, और इसके बाद इसमें क्या है? दिस 1 plus cos square x, this 1 plus cos square x. Denominator are same, so you take denominator as an, and then इसमें क्या 1 plus cos square x क्या होगा? LCM ले लेंगे. You take the LCM. And after taking LCM, what will remaining? Numerator will be what? X sin x plus pi minus x into sin x. And if you take sin x common, it will be x plus pi minus x. I hope you understand. This is a simple calculation, and this x and that x will be cancelled. And finally, your integral becomes pi sin x by 1 plus cos square x. Okay. Very interesting is that in this particular step, you have use a property. What is the property? Integration 0 to a fx dx is equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. You have applied. So my advice is that you have to write the property in the side. आपने कौन सा property यूज़ किया, ये property को इधर लिखना. I am not writing, you have to write. Okay, आप साइड में लिख लेना, उसमें property लिख लेना. ठीक है. The property is integration 0 to a fx dx is equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Understood? Now, how to solve this integral? This is equal to, ultimately it is 0 to pi sin x. Understood? Now, pi sin x, pi is a constant, it will come out pi by sin x divided by 1 plus cos square x dx. Now this is the integral. It is very easy to solve by substitution method. If you take cos x is equal to z, then sin x dx आ जाएगी, तो आपके लिए कोई मुश्किल नहीं. देखो हमारा टारगेट क्या था? वी हैव टू रिमूव x, सो हमने x रिमूव कर लिया है. दैट इज़ द यूजफुलनेस ऑफ ए प्रॉपर्टी. प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करके आप x को रिमूव किया और प्रॉब्लम को आसान बनाया और फाइनली यू कैन सॉल्व द इंटीग्रल बाय सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड एंड दिस इज़ अ वेरी सिंपल इंटीग्रल. You already got such type of integral and there will be no problem for you to solve this particular integral. Let us complete it. Okay. Now use the property to use the substitution method. What you will do, you take cos x is equal to, you have to take cos x is equal to what? Z. Okay, and then derivative of cos x is equal to what? Minus sin x dx equal to dz, or you can write sin x into dx equal to what? Minus dz. Okay, now when you use the substitution method, so variable x is converted into variable z. So in the last class I already told you that you have to change the limit also accordingly. These are the limit of what? X. X equal to 0 implies z equal to what? When x equal to 0, cos 0 equal to what? 1. And x is equal to pi implies z is equal to what? Cos pi equal to what? Minus 1. Understood? Therefore your integral twice I equal to, therefore twice I equal to pi into लिमिट क्या होगा? ज़ीरो के लिए लिमिट क्या हो रहा है? 1 एंड पाई के लिए लिमिट क्या हो रहा है? माइनस 1 एंड साइन एक्स इंटू डी एक्स इक्वल टू व्हाट? माइनस डी जेड एंड दिस 1 प्लस जेड स्क्वायर एक्स. आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड. क्लियर? अगर माइनस बाहर ले आए तो क्या होगा? minus pi into integration dz by 1 plus z square. This is a very simple integral. Integration dz by 1 plus z square is equal to what? Tan inverse z. Okay, so it can be written as tan inverse z and limit what? 1 to minus 1. Okay, then the next step is twice I equal to minus pi into, you put the limit, upper limit. First you put upper limit. That means you put the value of z first. Z is equal to z, value of z is minus 1 first. Tan inverse minus 1. So tan inverse minus 1 minus tan inverse 1. Upper limit minus lower limit. Okay. You know tan inverse minus 1 equal to, tan inverse minus 1 is equal to what? Minus tan inverse 1, and which, and minus tan inverse 1 means minus pi by 4, and tan inverse 1 means pi by 4. Finally minus pi into minus 2 pi by 4, उसको ऐड कर ले, and then you are getting what? Minus minus a plus 2 to cancel pi square by 2. This is your twice I. Finally you need I equal to what? Pi square by 4. You have supposed your original integral as what? I. So finally what you get? I equal to what? Pi square by 4. I hope you understand. This way you can solve the integral. These are the most important questions, and this is for that is board level as well as entrance level. So in entrance examination little more typical questions asked, but pattern is same method you are going to apply and solve the problem. Okay, understood? So these are the very very important questions, and why you are utilizing properties, what is the reason? So you have to find out, because we have to remove x, and to remove x we need what? That is a property, and then finally we do the integral. Okay, so let us moving ahead with the next question. Suppose the question is, zero to pi by 2 sin x minus cos x divided by 1 plus sin x into cos x dx. This is the integral I am going to do. Okay. Now in this integral, you see, normally if you do the integral, then there is no option for you to use substitution or anything. This is a little complicated problem. Okay. To solve such type of integral, what you will do? Your aim is to perform the integral. So here you see in denominator term is 1 plus sin x cos x, and integration is 0 to what? Pi by 2. If you use the property, नीचे में x के जगह में pi by 2 x put करें तो ये क्या होगा? sin pi by 2 minus x, and it will be cos pi by 2 minus x and plus 1. Okay, and you know, sin pi by 2 minus x, ये तो pi by 2 minus x lies in first quadrant, and since with pi by 2 there is a number 1 multiplied, and this number is an odd number, so sin pi by 2 minus x is equal to what? Cos x, and cos pi by 2 minus x is equal to what? Sin x, according to the quadrant rule. Understood? So ये कौन से quadrant में है? Lies pi by 2 minus x lies in first quadrant, and in first quadrant all the trigonometric ratios are positive, and if with this angle, so this with pi by 2, if the number is multiplied is odd, then there is a change of trigonometric ratios. Sin changes to cos, cos changes to what? Sin. You know it, first year you got. So you have seen that after applying the property, denominator is not changed. So you have to aim for that direction to apply what? Property. आप ये property use कर सकते हैं, use करके problem को try कर सकते हैं. So let us go with this property. What is the property I have utilized? Integration 0 to a fx dx equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. This property I am going to apply. Okay, understood? So let us name this integral is what? I. This is your I. So apply the property. So integration 0 to pi by 2, everywhere you apply sin pi by 2 minus x minus cos pi by 2 minus x. Okay, divided by 1 plus sin pi by 2 minus x into cos pi by 2 minus x into dx. Okay. So what property you have applied? You have to mention this property here. Since this is equal to this, you have to write. Okay, I am not going to write it. This property we have applied. Clear? Now use the quadrant rule. Sin pi by 2 minus x is equal to what? Cos x, and cos pi by 2 minus x is equal to what? Sin x, and this denominator is what? 1 plus cos x into sin x. Ultimately denominator remain 1 plus sin x cos x, and 1 plus cos x sin x are what? Same. Okay, this is your I, this is also your I. So apply twice I rule. Write twice I equal to I plus I. Here one I is original integral and other I is the integral after applying property. Both are same integral. This is I, this is also I. Equalities are there, so this is also I. In both the integral what happen, limit are what? Same. So you can take integral common. 0 to pi by 2. Now in the numerator, in the first integral sin x minus cos x, in the second integral cos x minus sin x. So you write sin x minus cos x, sin x minus cos x plus cos x minus sin x. Okay, sin x minus cos x plus cos x minus sin x. नीचे क्या हो रहा है? डिनोमिनेटर दोनों का सेम है. एलसीएम लेने से it will be what? 1 plus cos x into sin x into what? dx. Clear? Now in this integral is sin x minus sin x and plus sin x cancel. Cos x and minus cos x will be cancelled. Then numerator becomes what? 0, and 0 by anything is what? 0. So finally it is becomes what? 0 to pi by 2, 0 into dx, and 0 into dx means ultimately the result is 0. So ultimately this integral becomes what? 0. Okay. 0 into dx means what? ये तो 0 हो गया, तो ultimately पूरी integral 0 हो जाएगी. Finally twice I equal to 0 implies I equal to what? 0. This is your twice I. Finally I equal to 0. So the value of this integral becomes what? 0. Understood? You can solve the integral in this manner also. और इस इंटीग्रल में अगर उस स्टेप फ्रॉम यू हैव विदाउट फॉलोइंग दिस स्टेप यू कैन गो टू अनदर स्टेप इन अनदर मैथड लाइक दैट. सपोज 0 to π/2 इंटीग्रल हो गया ना, तो उसमें अगर माइनस कॉमन ले लें, इसमें अगर मैं माइनस ले लूँ, अंडरस्टूड, तो क्या होगा, ये sin x माइनस cos x हो जाएगी. अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा, sin x माइनस cos x बाई 1 प्लस cos x इंटू साइन एक्स, ऐसा हो जाएगी. sin x माइनस cos x बाई 1 प्लस sin x इंटू cos x. तो ये जो इंटीग्रल बनेगा ऊपर में क्या होगा, sin x माइनस cos x इंटू डी एक्स. ओके, डी एक्स होगा इंटू डी एक्स. तो ये माइनस कॉमन लेने के बाद इंटीग्रल ऐसा हो जाएगी. ये जो इंटीग्रल है, ये इंटीग्रल क्या है, दिस इंटीग्रल इज व्हाट, i. अंडरस्टूड. So you can write which is equal to what, minus I. So finally what you get, I equal to what, minus I implies ये इधर ले आओ तो twice I equal to what, 0, and finally I equal to what, 0. So you can go with this method also, you can go with that method also. Whatever with the method you find suitable, you follow. Okay, understood. इस ऐसे जाएंगे तो 0 भी मिलेगा. अगर if you follow this you will get 0 also. Okay, both the method you can apply. Here I am taking minus common and to make this integral as same with I, and finally this integral becomes what, minus I, and ultimately what you get, I equal to minus I, and which is equal to means twice I equal to 0, and therefore I equal to what, 0. Thank you. So this way you can solve the integral. Suppose another question. Zero to π/2 log within log what, 4 plus 3 sin x by 4 plus 3 cos x into dx. Before going to solve the integral, I just mention a property of log. Log a by b equal to what, log a minus what, log b, which can be written as what, if you take minus common, it is what, log b minus what, log a. Understood. And then you can write minus log b by a. Okay, minus log b by a. So that means log a by b equal to what, minus log b by a. If you interchange these two, then there will be a minus will come. This is the property. Clear? I am going to use this property in this particular problem. So let us take this integral as what, I. Suppose that this is equal to what, your I. Now apply the property. Here you see, you can say in this particular problem, specially log of this is a one particular expression. So in this particular expression there is no denominator, you can say, but inside log there is a denominator. Our focus is not the inside part, our focus is पूरी टर्म के, पूरी जो एक log of this, इसके नीचे कोई denominator है कि नहीं, कोई denominator नहीं है, ये पूरा एक टर्म है, one term divided by something one. Okay, so I already told you that sometimes what happen, without this discussing about denominator, we can also apply the property. What property? Property is integration 0 to a fx dx equal to integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. आप लोगों को लगा होगा कि कब हम अप्लाई करेंगे. जैसे मैं एक टेक्निक बताया कि डेनोमिनेटर अगर चेंज ना हो तो आप प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ कर सकते हो. ये कुछ प्रॉब्लम में क्या होती है, ये टेक्निक यूज़ हो सकती है. कभी कभी क्या होता है, ऐसा कोई जैसे डेनोमिनेटर नहीं है फिर भी ये प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ होता है. तो व्हाट वी विल डू, आप क्या करेंगे, आप ये प्रॉपर्टी प्रॉब्लम में यूज़ करेंगे तब होगा जब आप डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे, तो आपको एक आइडिया मिल जाएगी कि इस प्रॉब्लम में ये प्रॉपर्टी मैं ट्राई कर सकता हूँ. सो दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. यू सी यू कैनॉट सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम बाय इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स बिकॉज लॉग इज देयर, 1 इज देयर. इंटीग्रेशन बाय पार्ट्स में करो तो ये बहुत मुश्किल है. इट विल बी वेरी टफ प्रॉब्लम फॉर यू. सो इन सच टाइप ऑफ प्रॉब्लम प्रॉपर्टी इज द मोस्ट important aspects to solve the integral. So here I am going to use the property. This property I am use 0 to pi by 2 log 4 plus 3 sin pi by 2 minus x. जहाँ जहाँ x होगा वहाँ में प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करेंगे. डिवाइड बाई 4 प्लस 3 इंटू कॉस पाई बाई 2 माइनस एक्स, ब्रैकेट लगाओ, into what, dx. And this is the property. Property should be mentioned. Since this, you write like that. Since this is the property, you have to apply, which equal to 0 to pi by 2 log sin pi by 2 minus x is equal to what, cos x. So it becomes 4 plus 3 cos x divided by 4 plus cos pi by 2 minus x is equal to what, sin x. Okay, so this is your I. Now our main aim is to what, we come back to I again. जो I हमें ओरिजिनल था उसमें आना चाहिए. कैसे आएंगे? You see this log, this is your log a by b. Suppose if you reach to this particular part, उसको अगर इंटरचेंज कर दे, 4 plus 3 sin x इधर आ जाए और 4 plus 3 cos x इधर आ जाए, तो आप ओरिजिनल में I में कन्वर्ट हो रहे हो, ओरिजिनल I में आ रहे हो. ठीक है. So here what happen, I am going to apply this property log a by b equal to minus log b by a. This is your suppose a, this is your suppose b. Log a by b equal to minus log b by a. तो लिख सकता हूँ. So in the next step you can write using this property of log, your integral becomes what, minus आएगी बाहर 0 to pi by 2. This is your I. Okay, I equal to log, this two will be interchanged, 4 plus 3 sin x divided by 4 plus 3 cos x dx. Yes, and this integral is nothing but your I, this I. Okay, so finally you are getting I equal to what, minus I, and therefore twice I equal to what, 0, and finally I equal to what, 0. Understood? So this way you can apply the property and you can solve a very complicated problem in a very easy way. So I have solved 3 questions in this class and I am going to solve another more questions today. Okay, I hope you understand. You are going from this integral, you apply the property, you get this, and from here you can convert to original integral by the property of log. What is the property? Log a by b equal to minus log b by a. That property you have applied. तो माइनस आ गया तो ये ओरिजिनल इंटीग्रल बन गया. दिस माइनस आई इक्वल टू माइनस आई, तो ये आई इधर ले आओ, ट्वाइस आई इक्वल टू 0 implies आई इक्वल टू 0. दिस इज योर ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू फाइंड व्हाट, आई. अंडरस्टूड? Okay, next problem, proceed. Question is integration 0 to 1 x into 1 minus x whole to the power n dx. This is the integral. Okay, you see this integral, you see there is 1 minus x whole to the power n. पावर क्या है? 1 माइनस एक्स के ऊपर क्या है? पावर क्या होता है? n है. नंबर देर इज n में बी anything, it may be any real numbers. Okay, और if suppose n equal to 2, तो आप क्या कर लेते हैं, उसको a माइनस बी होल स्क्वायर एक्सपांड करके मल्टीप्लाई करके इंटीग्रल ख़त्म कर सकते हैं. तो n का पावर जितना बड़ा होगा उसको एक्सपांड करना मुश्किल होगा. सो यू कैन यूज़ बायनोमियल थ्योरम टू एक्सपांड इट. and then it will be difficult for you. Okay, understood? So it will be a complicated problem. So such type of problem can be solved by using properties to make the problem easier. अगर ऐसा प्रॉब्लम हो जाता, सपोज x टू द पावर n इंटू 1 माइनस एक्स डी एक्स, तो ये प्रॉब्लम आपके लिए आसान है. कैसे है? अब मल्टीप्लाई करो x टू द पावर n माइनस एक्स टू द पावर n प्लस 1, दोनों इंटीग्रल सेपरेट करो और प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कर सकते हो. तो मेरा एम है उस प्रॉब्लम को इस टाइप में ले आना. अंडरस्टूड? ये जो 1 माइनस एक्स है वो 1 माइनस एक्स को छोटा बना के एक सिंगल बना देना, ऐसा टाइप बना देना, तब जाके क्या होगा, मल्टीप्लाई आसान हो जाएगी. तो आप देखेंगे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, इट विल बी सॉल्व वेरी नाइसली. ओके, सो दिस इज योर इंटीग्रल I. Clear? If you use the property, I am going to use the property here. You see, maximum of the problem is solving by what property? Is integration 0 to a f x dx is equal to what? Integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Here very important thing is that a must be positive. A must be what? Positive. Okay. So here 0 to 1. तो आप x की जगह में क्या लिख सकते हो? a माइनस एक्स मीन्स 1 माइनस एक्स, एंड दिस x is replaced by 1 minus, only this x is replaced by what? 1 minus x whole to the power n into dx. So this property you have utilized. Write this property, mention this property such that the examiner can understand that what property you have used, then it will be easy for him or to give you marks. Okay, understood? Integration 0 to 1 minus x, इसमें क्या होगा? You see 1 minus this one and this one cancel, minus and minus say what? Plus, and finally you are getting what? X to the power n dx. Understood? So ultimately it becomes a simple integral, and which can be written as what? The next step, 0 to 1, you multiplied x to the power n minus x to the power n plus 1 dx. Okay, just multiplying. Then in the next step, so integral can be separated. Integration 0 to 1 x to the power n dx, one integral. Another integration 0 to 1 x to the power what? N plus 1 dx. Okay, finally your integral becomes x to the power n plus 1 divided by what? N plus 1, and this is x to the power what? N plus 2 divided by what? N plus 2. So you put the limit 0 to 1, you put the limit 0 to 1. Okay, finally what you are getting, अपर लिमिट पुट करेंगे तो 1 to the power n plus 1 क्या होगा? 1 होगा. नीचे क्या है? n plus 1 है. एंड लोअर लिमिट पुट करेंगे तो 0 to the power मीन्स 0 हो जाएगी. सो इसमें क्या होगा? रिजल्ट 1 by n plus 1. Similarly here, if you put upper limit, it will be what? 1 by n plus 2, and for lower limit, if you put 0 by this 0 हो जाएगी. तो finally this is your answer. Okay, in this way you can apply the properties and you can solve the integral in very easy method. Okay, what we did, you see, first we take this is I, then apply the property, and after applying the property to make this problem simple one, and then finally you multiplied, and these are the simple integral. Okay, there is no any confusion for you. So the last question I am going to solve for today's class. This question is important for you. 0 to pi by 4. This is very important. 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus the next dx. Same property I am going to apply. We consider this is your I. So if you apply the property, x is replaced by a minus x. So your integral becomes 1 plus 10 pi by 4 minus x dx. So mention the property. Okay, you have to mention the property whatever you have applied. आपने जो प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाई किया है उसको मेंशन करना है. नाउ यू नो 10 pi by 4 minus x is equal to what? 10 pi by 4 minus x क्या है? you apply the formula 10a minus b. It is what? 10 pi by 4 minus 10x divided by what? 1 plus 10 pi by 4 into 10x. Yes or no? 10 pi by 4 is what? 1. So 1 minus 10x by 1 plus 10x. Okay. So 10 pi by 4 minus x is equal to what? 1 minus 10x by 1 plus 10x. If you get suppose pi by 4 plus x, तो इसमें प्लस आता है, इसमें माइनस आता है. ठीक है, तो याद रखना. सो 10 pi by 4 minus x is equal to what? 1 minus 10x by 1 plus 10x. Similarly, 10 pi by 4 plus x equal to 1 plus 10x by 1 minus 10x. So use this particular formula. I am directly applying 1 plus 1 minus 10x divided by 1 plus 10x. Yes, and then your integral is what? Log. Take LCM. 1 plus 10x is the LCM, and after LCM you will get 1 plus 10x plus 1 minus 10x. ओके, ये एलसीएम लेने के बाद आपको ये रिजल्ट आएगी. ठीक है, इसके बाद आप ये 10x क्या होगा? कैंसिल हो जाएगी. सो व्हाट विल बी योर इंटीग्रल? Your integral becomes I equal to integration 0 to, I have not written the limit. Okay, pi by 4 0, you write the limit. Okay, so 0 to pi by 4 log क्या होगा? 1 plus 1 is what? 2. 2 by 1, 1 plus 10x. 2 by 1 plus 10x. ठीक है, which can be written as 0 to pi by 4. We know that log a by b equal to what? Log a minus log b. Apply this particular result. Log 2 minus log 1 plus 10x. Yes. Now separate the integral. Log 2 into dx. Log 2 तो कांस्टेंट है, ये बाहर आएगी. Log 2 into integration 0 to pi by 4 dx. One integral. Another integral is what? 0 to pi by 4 log 1 plus 10x dx. Okay. Understood? Now this integral is what? Your I. Original integral is I. Okay. Ultimately what we reach our original integral. So property number, that property is very useful, and in this property what happen? We repeat I again, and sometimes we use twice I equal to I plus I. Sometimes we repeat the integral I and make there is minus I. इस I को इधर ले आते तो फिर twice I बन जाती है. ठीक है. So you see this type of problem. This particular problem is very nice problem and little different one. So here you can write log 2. This is your I. Okay. Integration dx is what? X. तो इसका लिमिट क्या होगा? 0 to pi by 4 हो जाएगी. And this is your integral what? I. Understood? Finally I equal to what? This minus this. So ये minus I अगर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में ले आए, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में हम ले आए तो क्या होगा? ट्वाइस आई हो जाएगी. ट्वाइस आई इक्वल टू व्हाट? लॉग 2. एंड इंटीग्रेशन इसका लिमिट पुट करेंगे तो क्या होगा? पाई, अपर लिमिट इज पाई बाई 4 माइनस लोअर लिमिट इज व्हाट? 0. सो इट बिकम्स व्हाट? पाई बाई 4 minus 0. So you can write log 2 into what? Pi by 4. Okay. और फाइनली यू कैन राइट I इक्वल टू, ये 2 जाके इधर क्या होगा? पाई बाई 8 बन जाएगी. पाई बाई 8 log 2. Understood? This way you can solve the integral, and using this property the complicated integral to make very simple one. Okay. So I hope you understand the class, and these are the problems I have solved from your ncert textbook, and a few more problems I will coming up with the next class, and I will discuss, and also some typical question I will discuss where this property may not be used, some other property will be used, Okay, so the properties are very, very important, and using these properties you can solve the integral in a very easy way, and that's why equations of using property always asked in the final examinations. So majority of the problem is can be solved by this particular property, integration 0 to a fx dx is equal to what? Integration 0 to a f of a minus x dx. I hope you understand, and you can share my videos if you like it, and आप लोगों को अगर लग रहा है कि ये वीडियो से बाकी स्टूडेंट्स को फ़ायदा होगा तो आप उन लोगों को शेयर कीजिए, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स को अगर ये वीडियो मिले उन लोगों को इस पैंडमिक सिचुएशन में हेल्प हो जाए, तो शेयर कीजिएगा. सो थैंक यू वेरी मच, and have a good day, and next class I'll solve few more questions related to this particular topic. Thank you very much.